No! He should put some things there.
The word obsession's got a bit of a bad rep. But when nobody else seems to understand it, the late nights, the frustration, the finally figuring it out, and the counting down the hours of work because you simply can't wait to get back to working on it, I'm not sure what else you'd call it other than obsession. What's up everybody, welcome to today's episode, and if you're new to the channel, I'm stoked you're here. Today we're going to be restoring the frame on this Frontier, but before we get there, let's go back in time. Ah yes, a simpler time, when I seemingly had more energy and a few less white hairs. Some of you may remember why I pulled the box off of the truck, others may have no idea, but either way, let's review. Reason number one, the truck was too long to fit in my garage, which was a bit of a problem because I foresaw this truck being worked on for many months, and with the winter fast approaching, I needed to get this thing indoors. Reason number two was I didn't want to keep the box anyway. Long term, I've got flat deck plans for this thing, which we are going to get into in a future episode, so keep your eyes open for that. But before we get there, we've got a ton of work to do on this frame, so let's get into it. Okay, first things first, we got to get rid of this old C200K axle. We are not going to be using it. For those that have been watching the channel, you'll see in the top left corner of your screen my newly refurbished M226 axle, which is going to be thrown into this truck. So let's go ahead and get this thing out of the way so we can get to prepping our frame. There's quite a few trinkets and doodads hooked up here, so I used some penetrating oil, but I just kind of got frustrated and realized I'm not keeping most of this stuff anyway, so let's just go ahead and cut it off. I'll be needing these bolts though, so let's not cut those off. Now I can carefully and slowly remove the axle.
Maybe you should put some things.
We're making some progress. Now we just got to get rid of the electrical harness and a few other lines. Now that we've got everything we don't need out of the way, we can start to prep our canvas for some paint. A couple of weeks ago, I removed the entire hitch receiver kind of cross member. It was in really rough shape, and I just figured I'd probably build my own. But before I do, I want to make sure that the ends of the frame are nice and square. We've got a little bit of an overhang here, so I'm just going to cut it so it's nice and square. Makes things a little bit easier if I want to build something long term. I got a nice flat edge to work with. Next up though, we've got these little pockets underneath the frame here, which I've always hated. They're perfect little spots for mud and goop and water to build up and cause pretty bad rust spots. Same with this section about mid frame here. I don't know why they've left this. It's a perfect spot to get mud in here, but I know what I'm gonna do about it. That's better. No more built-in pocket for mud to build up. And now we're ready for some paint. Just kidding. We are not ready for paint. We're gonna start the prep process. First thing I do is needle scale all the loose stuff off, followed by some wire wheeling. I'm not going to pretend this part of the job doesn't suck, but it is a necessary evil. You have to get all this loose rust and debris off. If you don't, the paint is just not gonna adhere properly, simply put. Next up, we got a lot of cleanup to do. There's a whole bunch of mud or dried up dust and whatnot inside the frame. I want to get as much of that out as possible. Things are looking pretty good though. We got all the dust and crap all over the floor, which is good because it means that it's no longer on my frame. And obviously to make the video not super boring, I'm speeding up this whole process. But to give you an idea, I spent 2 full days wire wheeling and grinding this frame. Now that that's done though, we can move on to clean the surface. I'm using Simple Green, which is a gentle degreaser, and I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm rinsing it all off, obviously. That's going to give me a nice clean surface to apply. The next product, I really like this stuff, POR15's Metal Prep. It's quite cool. You gotta leave it on soaking wet for 10 minutes. That's the important part. It's a really cool thing to watch it literally just eat away at the steel. It's an etching product, and yeah, you just leave it on for 10 minutes and watch it do its thing. It's quite the cool thing to witness. Once it's been rinsed off, I'm taking this opportunity to fill in those little mud pockets I showed you earlier. That's better, completely sealed off. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we're ready for some paint.
It's a good thing I'm here.
Designed to go hand in hand with POR15's Metal Prep is POR15 Paint Over Rust. This stuff is pretty amazing as long as you use the recommended 3-part process that the manufacturer recommends. Degreaser, Metal Prep, and the product itself. This stuff is pretty slick looking. To be honest, if it was never gonna see the light of day, I probably would just stop here. But unfortunately, this stuff really does not like sunlight. It needs a top coat. Some of you might be thinking, well, it's gonna be underneath the bed or the flat deck, but it's inevitable that sunlight will still find its way to make contact, and it gets really chalky under knee direct sunlight. So I'm sanding it all down because we are gonna get ready for the next application. Which brings us to Spray Max. This is a 2-part epoxy paint primer. This is good quality stuff. It's about 50 bucks a can, but you get what you pay for. It goes on really smooth. I'm not a good painter, but the even application of these cans is pretty unreal. It's a great product. I love it. I've been using it on a few different projects now, and I don't think I'm going back to any other spray paint. And now for the main event, the headliner, if you will. This is Spray Max 2K Epoxy Hot Rod Satin Black Paint. It takes about 5 cans to do this section of the frame, and once it's done, I am so stoked to get out of these coveralls and take a look at the final product. Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you check out the rest of the channel, like stuff, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. I like making videos, and besides the Frontier, I got a lot of other stuff upcoming in the future, so make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching.